y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind scrappywife.com, and today I have a traveler's notebook process video for you. I'm going to be using the Color Study collection from Vicki Boutin. I feel like I could use this collection for all of the things for the rest of the year and be perfectly pleased because it just speaks to me. I love it. And I'm going to be in my traveler's notebook and documenting a picture of our good friends and my husband and I at a winery to celebrate my birthday. So I will put you all on fast forward. Just like always, I will link everything down below in case you want to check it out. Heads up, those are affiliate links, so it doesn't cost you any more, but it does go a long way to supporting the content on this channel. All right, let's go. All right, I'm going to start by trimming out my picture. I will leave a white border around it. Something I'm really enjoying in my traveler's notebook is focusing just on telling one simple story. And I'm not really focused on, recording everything in my traveler's notebook or using it as a regular scrapbook. It's just a smaller format that is really easy for me to do. This is going to be a quick and easy process. And I like that I can record just little moments here and there. So I'm flipping through the project pad or the 12 by 12 paper, and I like this one that has all the greens in it. And then I'm going to find this one that reminds me of the Erin Condren circles. Like it looks just like that pattern from Erin Condren, kind of a retro circle feel. And then of course I love cut apart sheets. Like they are my favorite kinds of scrapbooking supplies. So those are going to be the basis for what I do. And I see these tags, and the first one says this day was fabulous, and then I believe the other one says good memories, and I'm gonna actually layer them. And the way I'm gonna do that is with a brad so that they can move on the page, because I always love interactive elements. And this way I can have both tags on the page, and one will just be hidden behind the other. And that way it's kind of a hidden journaling situation. So I'm going to trim out those two tags, and then they kind of set the basis for the main colors on the page. So greens and blues. And of course that fits with the picture with lots of greens at the winery with the green trees in the background. My traveler's notebook is becoming super bulky, so it's much easier for me to work outside of the notebook and then adhere pages to the inside. So I'm just double checking the sizes, and then I will trim down the two pages that I want. So the first thing I have to do is cut off the branding strip so that everything fits in. And then a standard traveler's notebook page is 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. So that is what I'm going to cut this down to. I opt to choose the lighter part, the lighter area of this ombre paint look. So I'm just double checking the size because, it's definitely my style to cut it incorrectly. So that one on one side, and then even though this is super colorful, I'm actually going to use the green and blue side. So you can see it is going to kind of match, especially because I'm going to use the blues and teals, so they do coordinate. And then I'll bring in a little bit of black by layering this piece with the picture, and then you can see how my tags are going to kind of live up at the top. So what I like to do is kind of get all of my big pieces in place and play around with them, move them from there, and then see what I like. So I really loved this big piece that said right here. I wanted to use these paper flowers that were all layered, and you can see I'm just going to kind of move things around until I get it situated in a way I think is best. I consider maybe I should flip over this paper, but then that's a lot of color, so I end up flipping it back to the black just to really set the photo off, I guess. When I'm working on scrapping, once I decide I like the placement of something, I go ahead and adhere it down, because if I leave everything not put down, I'll tend to start second guessing myself. So it's good for me to just adhere it down, and that's where that's going to live, and then go from there, because it would be super easy for me to just second guess and move things around all the time. So as soon as I feel confident with a piece, I go ahead and put it down. While I'm still thinking, I of course don't do that, but that's just a tip for me, because sometimes I think we can get caught up in like trying to make the best possible layout, and we get a little paralyzed by all of the decisions. All right, I am looking through all of these paper pieces. There are some beautiful vellum pieces with gold foil, and I'm going to include those. This is a little speech bubble that has this heart, which is just perfect because then the speech bubble is kind of pointing to me in the picture, and I just loved this beautiful day. It was like beautiful weather and hanging out with friends, away from the kiddos, taking a break and just being outside and enjoying everyone's company. It was a wonderful day. I wish we could do it like all of the time, but I guess it wouldn't be as special that way. So we enjoyed the day. I'm going to adhere my two tags together. I have my crocodile here to add the holes, and then I'll put the brad through, and then I'll place it on the page and then push the brad through the page. Now when I adhere this into the book, all I have to do is make sure that I'm adding adhesive around the edges of the back and not over where that brad is, and otherwise it turns pretty freely, and it's kind of a cool effect in the Traveler's Notebook to have that interactive element. I'm starting to get a few more of the main pieces in place. So I like the vellum piece that says life is good. I like this heart piece. These are kind of cool because vellum can be tricky to put down in your projects because you can see through the adhesive, but each of these vellum pieces has like a solid color piece to it. So I can add adhesive behind those sections and then you don't see it coming through the rest, which I think is pretty clever. Like I said, I love this collection and I could use it for like all of the things. So I'm going to add adhesive to my right here. So I have life is good right here, and then this day was fabulous. I love phrases. I will put all of the words on my page. Like I don't shy away from all of the phrase stickers, all of the words. I think they add a lot to a page, and I'm able to move those paper flowers, and I added the pink one in the corner. Now my main colors were green and blue, but there are some pops of pink with life is good and that heart. So I decided to go ahead and add it in a third place so that it wasn't so set apart, I guess. So incorporating a few more of those colors because hello, it is a color study collection. So I am using a lot of colors, but the main colors were green and blue. I went into my stash and now I'm using some enamel dots. I've collected enamel dots a lot, especially when I was a Hip Kit Club subscriber. I felt like they came every month with Hip Kit Club and I haven't used them as much as I'd like. So I'm trying to make a point of pulling them out. I keep them in a little clear acrylic drawer and I'm pulling it out and just adding a few here and there. I did forget to add, I lost the footage of when I adhered my pages into my Traveler's Notebook, but all I did was pull out my adhesive tape glider, add adhesive to the back, making sure that the brad was still mobile, and then just adhered them down. And now I'm adding a few little details in here. One last minute addition of yet another phrase sticker, and this one says lifelong friends. Definitely wanted to include that, and then the page will be done. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I have linked all the supplies down below, including a link to this beautiful collection from Vicki Boutin. It is awesome. I can't wait to buy more of it because I think it's so pretty. A special shout out to my YouTube members. Thank you so much for your support. If you're interested in finding out more about what it means to be a Scrappy YouTube members and some of the perks that they receive, make sure you click that join button below. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.